Hi, thanks for joining. So in this video I'm just going to talk about some DVD pickups that I got throughout November. These are all thrift finds, but I also got some Criterion releases. We don't have the Barnes & Noble sale here in Canada, but Unobstructed View, which is a Canadian seller, does have a 35% off sale, so I managed to pick up some titles from them. So let's have a look and see what I got. First up with the DVDs. Rainer Werner Fassbinder's The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant. This does have a Criterion release, but yeah, this was a good DVD find. Dennis Hopper's Out of the Blue, filmed in Vancouver. Sergio Solima's Run Man Run, starring Thomas Milian. A good find here, I got all 6 of the Thin Man movies. So we have The Thin Man, the original, beautiful cover there. After the Thin Man. Another Thin Man. Shadow of the Thin Man. The Thin Man Goes Home. And Song of the Thin Man. That was a great find. They were all randomly placed on the shelves, but yeah, great to find all 6 films there together. Okay, a few common ones, but yeah, Gravity. This is a 2-disc edition, so I got this for all the extras. Escape Plan with Stallone and Schwarzenegger. It's quite a fun one. Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead, a 2-disc edition. This is Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead and then George Romero's Land of the Dead. A lot of special features on those ones. The TV series that's been on Apple, Defending Jacob. I did see this on Apple, it's a pretty good series, but yeah, nice to have a copy of it as well. Pam Grier in Sheba Baby, directed by William Girdler, who did Grizzly. The History Boys, an adaptation of the play, directed by Nicholas Heitner. From 2006. Neil Marshall's Doomsday, which has some very mixed reviews, but having just rewatched Dog Soldiers again recently, I thought, yeah, I'll get this one. Here's a Criterion that I picked up for just $1, but it's Rosemary's Baby. It does have a unfortunate library sticker on it, but again, this is a 2-disc edition, so I mainly got it to get all the special features on here. Christian Bale in Equilibrium. Brad Pitt in Andrew Dominik's Killing Them Softly. Paul Thomas Anderson's Inherent Vice. Fun thriller, Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan in No Escape. BBC adaptation of Ivanhoe that stars Stephen Waddington and Kieran Hines and Christopher Lee, Ralph Brown. Haven't seen this, but yeah, I thought it'd be quite an interesting pickup. And Jim Carrey and Frank Darabont's The Majestic. A long time since I've seen this. Okay, so those are the DVD finds. I also posted earlier a video about all the horror movies that I picked up in November, so check that out if you haven't seen that already. So moving on to the Criterion releases, these are the ones I picked up today from Unobstructed View, last day of November, so they just arrived in time. But yeah, here we go. Gregory Peck in The Gunfighter. Great artwork on this, and this is a great movie about a gunfighter who just wants to rest up his guns, but he keeps being brought back into the fight. Alain Delon and Romy Schneider in La Piscine. Amazing cinematography in this one. The cranes are flying. Love this movie, The Naked Island, from Kanito Shindo. He's the director that did Onibaba and Kuroneko, but this is more of a sort of documentary-like film about some really hard living on a small island in the Japanese archipelago, and it really sort of focuses on the minutiae of life and how everything interacts. Yeah, it's an incredible film, so I very much look forward to seeing this one again. Yasujiro Ozu, I love his films, but I haven't seen this one, The Flavour of Green Tea Over Rice. Again, nice artwork. James Brooks, Broadcast News. Interesting bit here is that years ago, back in the 80s, when I tried to write film reviews and I submitted some to the local papers and to Film Review magazine, I remember I got one that was accepted, or won a competition, I think, in a local paper, and my prize at that time was a VHS copy of Broadcast News. And back then, this was, you know, video rentals were still, you could mainly just rent movies. You couldn't really buy movies that often. So I think, you know, to buy Broadcast News back then would have been about £70 on VHS. But so yeah, that was quite a prized win for me, and I enjoyed having that copy, but got rid of my VHS a long time ago. So yeah, glad to have this one back in my collection. Next up, Henry Fonda in My Darling Clementine, John Ford. Great movie. And finally, Celine Sciamma's Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which just has some of the most beautiful cinematography from recent years. Really beautiful film. So glad to have this one in the collection. So there we go. That's just a quick roundup of what I picked up in November. I might just do another video shortly just on to recap all the movies I watched in November, just to give you some brief thoughts on those. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like, do all that kind of thing. I know my channel's still not really up and running properly, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and please do come back for more. Okay, I'll see you again.